Good day, OA. My name is Lionel Garcia. I'm your Vice President of Sales and Agent Development, and I'm excited to be with you today because it is Monday. And every Monday, when possible, I like to do our Motivation Monday. This Monday is a little special and different because I am in my home. And that's because at our office, we are going through a renovation, if you will, and we are upgrading our technology. And it is really exciting day, but they had to take everything down. And so I had to go work from home. So I get to work from home this afternoon, but it's been 2 weeks. I haven't updated you with a fresh Motivation Monday. So I wanted to do our Motivation Monday because it has been a while. So I wanted to work with you, but before we do, let's jump into our wins of the week. I love covering our wins and sharing our wins. I know there are a few of you watching this right now. And so I want to make sure that, well, first off, I want to make sure you can hear me because I didn't test my sound. I'm assuming you can hear me. Let me go through here. All right. So if you can't hear me, just put it in the chat. Let me know that you are able to hear me. I think so. But let's talk about your wins of the week. What are your wins? What is this something that, it could be personal, it could be professional? Are they big wins, small wins, any mindset wins? Maybe you got a booking over the last week, a follow up, a new client conversation. Maybe you learned something new and love to know what your wins are. And I see there's a few chats here. Yes, you are hearing me. Yes, great. I'm happy to hear that. So I'll share with you one of my wins on the professional side of wins. I'm very excited because last week we finished another kickstart. That's the class for our new agents. We had about 40 students come in and get to learn some fundamentals about the business of being a travel professional and kind of like business development 101. We talked about sales 101. We went through and learned how to use the technology that's offered by Outside Agents with the CRM and tests and all the My Agent Genie perks and benefits that exist with Maggie and MagTap and all the tools. And then they got to sit and learn from our suppliers. And I think that was almost everyone's favorite session, was learning and meeting from the suppliers. We even sat them down and asked the suppliers some hard-hitting questions, if you will, best practices, why to use them, when to use them, how to use them. So it was really, really, really special. And we really enjoyed the time that our agents spent. So if you're just logging in, I see we have a few more people coming in. Please share with us your wins of the week. Let us know. I see Michelle. She's a new agent and she has 2 groups booked, one for this July and one coming up for July of next year. So congratulations, Michelle. That is awesome. So what are your wins? Be them small, be them large, be them work, be them personal. It's all good. Just would love to share in the success and the wins with you. I'll share a personal win also. And that was that this weekend was my daughter's recital and I got to see her perform, and watching her dance on the stage is something that is incredible. She just enjoys doing it so much. And it just elevates her confidence, just comes screaming at you off the stage. It is wonderful. All right, here we have another one. I like this. So your dream destination travel 9963, working on a group reservation right now. That's a great win. I love that. We got another new agent, just confirmation from a client that from their honeymoon to Hawaii. How magical is that? And you are finalizing that booking, Lori. Congratulations. So I want to jump in now to our topic. And our topic this week for Motivation Monday is going to be building unshakable confidence. This is something that what we're going to talk about today. So almost every single one of you have experienced this at some point. That voice, right? That voice that says, am I good enough? That voice that says, do I know enough? The voice that says, what if I don't have the answer? Oh my goodness, that is a dreaded question that people get to ask themselves. And the truth is, this is not a lack of ability. This is just self-doubt. And here's the truth. I just want to remind you, so I'm going to put it up here. The truth is, confidence doesn't come from knowing everything. Confidence comes from trusting yourself to figure anything out. And that's it. You're not supposed to know it all. You have to know where to find this. And so the truth is, your clients, they're not expecting perfection, right? Because many of us are type A personality people. We want perfection. We strive for perfection. And that's so hard. But our clients, what they're looking for is someone who knows how to guide them, right? Someone who can guide them the right way, the person that can be their value interpreter of their two most valuable assets, their time and their money, someone that can help them find the answers. This is super valuable. And that's why our agents at Outside Agents, you can do this because you have the Facebook group, you have MagTap, you have the SOS, you have the forum. You have so many ways to find the answers. You have the connections to our suppliers. So you have a way to find the answers. And then your clients are also looking for someone who knows how to lead the process. This is so important, the process of booking them, the process of finding the solution, the process to solving their problems, anticipating their needs. That is what your clients are looking for. And your client is also looking for someone who knows how to take care of them. And I think that goes into that anticipatory service. And how do you know how to take care of them? You ask them the right questions. You dig deep into what their needs are and what they're looking for on their vacation. So this is what authority looks like, right? And here's where your mindset needs to shift. And I want you to think about how you don't gain confidence and then take action. You take action and then confidence follows. So I want you to remember these things. So every quote you send, every conversation that you have, every follow-up that you complete, every challenge that you solve, maybe you want to call those challenges opportunities, you are building proof. You are building proof that you can do this. Proof that you belong in this business, you belong doing this thing that you love, proof that you are the professional and that you are the professional that your clients need. And then this will help you go ahead and build that confidence, because confidence isn't a feeling that you're going to wait for. It's a result that you will build. Okay. So let's see. There are some comments that came in here. Maybe these are some more wins. I like this. Let's see. Starting a network with the community and a lot more. Good job. Chazzy back, baby. I use sun gaze and now okay. I'm happy to hear that. Let's see what else. Here we have Georgina. I got a call from someone and I saw a random image from a screensaver on her computer of a location in Spain, and she's been there a while she was in college and now wants to book a trip. That was 40 years ago, and so now she's going to help her. So Georgina, that's awesome. Great job. I love these wins. So let's jump into our call to action, because every week I like to give you a call to action, something that you can work on that week in the topic that we were discussing. And of course, we're trying to build unshakable confidence in your expertise. So here is your call to action to build your confidence evidence. How are you building this proof? So number one, I want you to write down 3 things. Okay. Write down 3 things that you've already done well in your business. Maybe it's a successful booking. Maybe it was a happy client experience. Maybe it's a challenge that you solved. Or remember, I like using that term, opportunity, a skill that you've developed. Maybe you took a step that you weren't sure about, but you took it anyway. I like to call that falling forward, right? Because with us and in anything, you want to always get up. It's not that you failed, but it's how you get up and how you continue. So it's what step did you take even when you were unsure? And then take it one step further. So now that we've identified these 3 things, what are those 3 things? Was it the step that you took? Was it the skill that you developed, a challenge that you solved, or a happy client experience? I want you to go then and have one conversation this week where you show up as the expert. Easy, right? Write down those three things and then have a conversation where you show up as the expert. You're going to speak clearly. You're going to speak with confidence. You're going to lead that process. And not because you know everything, but because you know enough on how to help, right? This is the important part. So you know where to find the answers and you know enough on how to help. And that's how you're going to build that confidence. And everything that you do, okay, everything that you do will lead you closer and closer to developing that proof, that confidence evidence. Yes. So how are you going to do it? I want you to take that action, take advantage of this call to action, write down the three things you've already done well in your business, and then have one conversation this week where you go ahead and speak in that confidence. You lead the process. And it's not because you know everything, but it's because you know enough to help. That's what I want you to remember and work on this week. Now, every single Motivation Monday, I like doing a quote of the day. This week is another anonymous quote. Confidence comes from evidence. And so you are building that evidence every single day with what you are doing, with the training that you're taking, with the mentorship that you're giving and receiving. This is how you get to build that confidence evidence. So I just want to say thank you for joining me this week on Motivation Monday. I know the digs are a little bit different. Hopefully the connection was great and you heard me just fine. But this week, I want you to quiet your doubt and elevate your voice, elevate that confidence, own your knowledge, and trust in your ability to step into your role, right? Even if you've only been doing this for a short while, you can continue to build your confidence in the proof, confidence in the solutions that you're delivering, confidence in the learning that you're taking on. So remember, you are not just learning this business, you are becoming a confident expert. Yes, that is what you're becoming, a confident expert in this business. So look forward to seeing you next Monday. I should be in the office. We still will not be in the new studio, but it's almost coming together. It should be ready by the end of next month. So we're really excited. Can't wait to see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.